Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bloodborne. My name's Brian, your host and commentator. Odin Chapel's looking pretty empty here. Ariana's also gone. This is Count Practice, by the way, making a cameo appearance because we have a couple of things we can do with him that we cannot do with Count Sexy. I said Count Practice or Count Practice? I think so. I said Count Practice. Anyways, you gotta head back through this library section and head on down this ladder real quick. This is where Ariana wandered off to get some insight. And see, I just got 10. I went from like 7 to 10. We get insight from witnessing this, but this thing is gross. What is going on here?
It can't be. This is a nightmare.
Well, apparently it's a nightmare, according to her. But that's all she has to say. You can go ahead and attack this thing, and you'll get 1/3 of an umbilical cord, and that'll give us... That gives Count Practice after this next boss. That'll give Count Practice 4 of those. You only need 3 to complete the game, but he has this bonus one from going through this little NPC set of events, and make sure you check her for her shoes. Now, that completes all the NPCs in the main game except for Walter. Actually, well, I guess once we offer this blood drag, once again, this is Count Practice. He had an extra blood drag compared to Count Sexy. I'm not sure why, so I had to do this on Count Practice's file to show off how to get this deep respect gesture. After you revive her by hitting the altar of despair, you can offer another blood drag, and she'll give you the deep respect gesture.
Indulge thyself in our tainted blood.
It's like all the same thing, I don't know, that you do before, but... After this, I show off how to get the make contact gesture, because we need it for this episode, and I missed it a couple episodes ago when we were in the area, so I was like, you know what, I'll just save it for the episode that we need to use it in instead now. So this is, I believe, Count Sexy, though. I'm pretty sure I got it with Count Practice. So this is Count Sexy, but you got to get up here to where these brain suckers are. That guy whiffed. They're pretty weak against the thrust attack, and I didn't realize that until I was going back through to get this damn gesture, and I wish I would have known that. And this guy, I was really salty about this because I gave him with 2 thrusts and I thought I killed him, but nope. And he gets a brain sucked off on me. Ugh. Yeah, see, my insight's way less, but I also kind of don't know what I did in between this one and the other one. So I'm pretty sure this is Count Sexy, but it's pretty salty about this. Just wanted to show that off real quick. But head on through here to the door. This is where you got the key to the main area, the entrance. We got it from that other brain sucker, the one that ran into the hallway and whiffed. There's this statue here, this whatever mannequin. It's doing this weird gesture. Make sure you nab that. We need that for the next section. And you need this if you want to get the best moon rune, which will give you 30% more blood echoes. But anyway, here we are at the main game. Now, this is going to be a post-narration recording, because whenever I was editing, like, the audio and the video would line up, but every single time I would process it, the audio would be like 5 seconds behind the video for whatever reason, and I already did a bunch of editing, so I didn't want to, like, I don't know. So basically, I just re-edited like the whole video with the intro and all that, and saved that together. And now I'm doing one big audio chunk recording. And no one told me this. No one said in the comments, "Hey Brian, your audio's off." Is it really not that noticeable? I noticed it real quick when I went back and watched it the next day. Because I meant to upload it yesterday for New Year's Eve, which I did, I guess. First thing you do is head up here and get these crows and this dog, though, and nab the item. There's a lot of jumping around in this episode. I died quite a few times, so that's kind of my bad. But there's some Shadows of Yharnam. They've been relegated to just standard enemies now, I guess, or maybe more like elite enemies, but we're not going to bother with them quite yet. We want to hit this cage here. Activate this elevator. Now, on our way down, you can see a little spot here that you can jump off at. We're not going to do it on the way down, though, because for some reason I have like a 90% fail rate trying to hop through there on the way down, but I have like a 100% success rate doing it on the way up. So I always go down here now after I realize that. It just takes us back to this area, remember? This is where Mikolash is. You head on in there and you'll fight Mikolash. We already took care of his ass, though. His booty ass. So let's head on back up. We're going to hop into that hole. This is all side stuff we're doing now. We'll get back on the main path here soon, but right now we're just going to hit up some side shit. Right here, this is where the hole's coming up. You better roll in there. Ooh. Just like that. Nice and easy. I find it easier to do with one hand on the weapon, too, not two-handing my weapon. Plus, I get to have that torch out and show some light. So let's snag this chest. Get your sedatives ready. That's what I just did right there. We have those enemies that make you go frenzy, but I take them out in about 4 or 5 hits. So what I do is I rush in. I just kind of eat up the frenzy and womp, 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 womp. Take him out. Pop a frenzy. That shit'll do. It does like that bad boy does like 75% of your health, so it does a lot of damage. I'm not sure if that's just how it is, like it's always supposed to be like 75%, or if it just does flat damage depending on the type of enemy. I'm not sure. I don't know this stuff. I didn't research it enough, I guess. I'm just here to show you where all the items are and how to complete all the NPC quest lines. I'm not here to be a combat tactician. Show you all the stats of the weapons. I'll let you do that on your own time. I've had people want me to show my builds more often. I walk past that item if you want to take care of this guy real quick. There's 2 of them back to back, so it's pretty good to just kind of take them both out here in one little go and then go grab the item. But I think on future Souls games, though, I may start the episode off showing my stats just to show you guys where they're at. Because I don't expect people to follow the same builds I do. This is just the build I use to get through shit, you know? They're not even really the best. They're kind of like noob builds. They're just high damage, high health sort of shit. In the Dark Souls series, I do the tank, like the Fate tank type of build. But I think if I do another Dark Souls walkthrough, I'm going to do something. I'll probably do a magic-based character just to mix it up. Getting a little tired of those builds. Plus, I don't know, Faith keeps getting it keeps getting nerfed. I kind of fucked up with these ugly spiders, these Patches-looking spiders, except they have hair. They're a little bit younger than Patches. They haven't quite lost their hair yet. Patches has to be bald now at this point, though, anyway, so whatever. It would be weird if they were all bald. We'd be like, why are there a bunch of Patches? There's only one Patches, so developers made sure of that. They're like, let's give these ones hair. So straight ahead here we have this lever, which is going to drop this big old brain, this googly-eyed brain, and there's a hole there off to the left you saw. We're going to drop down there in a second. Got another one of those frenzy guys. Frenzies, yeah, I can't remember what they're called. But it's actually our last one, so you can kind of put the sedatives away after you deal with that final one. Sort of save them for in case you die, like I did. I died a lot in this episode, but boom, that guy just falls right in there. We're going to go chase that thing down in a little bit here. Don't get too excited now. But yeah, just go ahead and pop on down here. There he is. He's going to immediately start frenzying you. So I just rush across here, get some better footing. I fuck up, though. I pop a sedative, but it hit. I don't know. I was kind of screwed, though. I should have ducked off to the side, popped a sedative, and then came at him when I was good. So yeah, pop another one here. Almost go down, but then I put him away. I dodge this attack, boom. I'm like, get out of here. I used like 3 sedatives on this dude. That's crazy. I should have only used 1. Now I'm immediately down to 4. Don't do what I did right there. That was kind of dip off to the side first. Don't go straight at him. Bait his attack and then get him. Need to reset that shit. But there we go. The Hunter's Craft Trophy. We got our final arcane item. I forgot what that bell does. I think it heals in co-op or whatever. It's the healing bell. We had that when we fought e.m.o.b.r.i.a.n. Well, we didn't have it, but we had a partner who had it. So through here we get some. There's just goodies lying around. You don't have to worry about any enemies. It's a bunch of insight. Down here, there's a couple more. We have this door over here that's locked. It'll lead back into the area where we fought e.m.o.b.r.i.a.n, so that kind of creates a shortcut up to this little spot here. We could have gone through here earlier, but you know, we decided to take the cool way, I guess. Had to take the way with all the items, you know. We've already been through all this. Here's that entrance. Room leads out to that hunter's lantern. Just showing you things, showing you the whole Nightmare of Mensis ordeal. We'll be done here after this episode, so I mean, thank God. I'm not a big fan of these nightmare areas. Not my favorite spots. So right over here, be careful as you're dropping down. You don't want to fall into that pit. Even though that thing fell into that pit and survived, and we're going to be chasing it down. You'll die. It'll kill you. Make sure you nab that blood rock. It's the only blood rock you're gonna find in the base game. There's one more blood rock in the DLC that you can find, but this is the only one in the base game. Once we kill the boss, though, you can purchase blood rocks for 60 insight at the messenger bath, the insight bath. So that's what I'm saying. I guess it's not the only one available, but it's the only one you can like pick up while you're out and about adventuring and shit. Otherwise, you gotta spend 60 insight, which is just nutty. Of course, I used on Ludwig's blade at some point when I revisit the Hunter's Dream. I cut all those segments out. This is my first death right here. I whiffed right there, and that's where it all just went downhill, that whiff. I didn't have quite the range I thought I did. And this motherfucker has quite some range, and then, like, I didn't even get a chance to get up. I was so mad. I was like, oh my god. And this is the point where it would always bug out the audio, and it wouldn't match up. It was really weird, but anyways, I have a much easier time the second time around here, see? None of my attacks missed. It's just way easier. And then don't forget about this guy around the pillar. He tries to push you off. It's not too bad if you know how to bait him, right? Oh. See, that wasn't... Like, I wasn't really in danger there. Just take him out real quick, and we'll scoot on down this newly appeared elevator here. I'm, like, hitting this bowl and just chilling while things are going on. Getting the make contact gesture ready. This is where we're going to use it. You have to stand in front of that brain. It's going to take you down to this, like, dark pit here with nothing really going on. But there, except for the brain thing, the googly-eyed brain. And you got to do that make contact gesture in front of it for, like, 45 seconds or so. It's a good chunk of time. You just got to stand there, so that's what I go ahead and do. You got to press the left side of that, like, touchpad on the PS4 controller to open up that menu with the gestures. It shows how to do, like, movements with the controller, which sometimes causes me to accidentally do the gestures. You guys have seen me do them. Like, I'll, like, sit during the conversation or something, because stupid PS4 controller. Fucking PlayStation controllers, man. But, yeah, so I don't quite know how the motion aspect works. I just kind of open it up that way and choose it. Pressing the right side is what opens up that other menu with your, like, secondary utility items, I guess. That's where I put the lantern and, like, certain other things, I guess, that are just kind of more situational. The monocle, you know, stuff like that goes in that menu. There we go. We just had to wait for him to change sides there. He puts his left arm down. And then you get the moon rune, which is 30%. This is the best moon rune. You can kill this guy, too. He doesn't do anything. You'll get only, like, 2,000 souls. I just do it to wrap things up, you know. It takes a hot fucking minute to kill him, too. Look at how much HP he has. He doesn't fight back or anything, but this thing's ugly. This is one ugly bastard, and I don't like how it is existing, so I want to make it unexist. That's why I take it out. Gross thing. I just gotta always sit there and wait for my fatigue to come back up. Yeah, when I go back to the Hunter's Dream, you can see I have a shit ton of blood echoes right now. When I go back to the Hunter's Dream, and this is both times because I revisit it, because all my deaths, I kind of built up a lot of blood echoes as I was making my way back to those various points, even though you won't be seeing most of that. You'll just see me cut immediately to where I died, but with a shit ton of blood echoes. And since I have so many, I kind of revisit the Hunter's Dream and spend them before fighting the boss and going on, just in case. I wasn't very ballsy this time. Count Practice didn't get quite as well of treatment. I think Count Sexy is going to be like 2 or 3 levels ahead of Count Practice, but that's alright. I'll take it. But either way, I end up, by the end of the level, or by the end of this video, I end up increasing my skill attribute by 5 points, which increases the damage a shit ton. I also put the Tempering damn blood gem that I picked up right before we dropped down to get that blood rock on Ludwig's blade, and I also use the blood rocks, said blood rock, you know, to up it up to +10 while I'm in the Hunter's Dream. That's pretty much what I do. I also equip the moon rune that we just got from the googly-eyed brain. That's pretty much what I do during the Hunter's Dream, so there you go. I went over that in this little thing, and that way we can just kind of hop around as I die and get back to where I'm at and shit. It's a whole hot mess. I'm showing you how to get back right now, though, to to like the easiest lantern. I like to do that. You can use a hunter's thing. Maybe you don't have one, so I'm going to show you how to get back. Plus we got some blood echoes along the way, so that's kind of nice. Shit's getting expensive to level up now. For fuck's sake. But there you go. That's like 4,500 right there. I knew this episode would be kind of shorter because I cut up the Nightmare Mensis into two parts. So it didn't even break 30 minutes. It got close, but that's fine. I think, yeah, just avoid those guys and start pulling these levers. Pull the one on the right just in case I need to get back up, I guess. You get quicker from this side. You don't really need to, though. Because now we have a shortcut right up there. Nice, easy shortcut. And, you know, I just take the Mergo's whatever loft. I take the middle. Mergo's loft middle, I guess. Or Mergo's base or something. Can't remember what fucking one I take. The one where the one after Mikolash. That's the warp I take to get back. So here's the first visit to the Hunter's Dream. I increase my skill by 2 points there. Do the Moon Rune, you know, upgrade Ludwig's Holy Blade. And we're back out here now. This takes us basically, yeah, like we're going back to where those shadows of Yharnam were. That's the next thing. That elevator next to the one that we activated is, see, we have such an easy way to get back up here. I'm like, I might as well just put the thing down there. And I didn't realize I killed the other one with that swipe, but I was like, ooh, I killed him, nice. These guys are pretty easy now compared to when they were all boss-like and whatnot. But you want to kind of bum rush those two. Because if they get up these stairs, there's one up top here with the mace and the fireballs. He has like the candle. Or no, he has the flame hand. The other guy had the candle. Yeah, he has the flame hand and the mace, so you want to get him good. And these guys are worth all worth about almost 3,000 a pop, so there's a lot of them too. Now, hook around here to this dead end. There's an item you can snag. Yeah, bloodstone chunk. We're picking up those like a motherfucker. The Titanus is already like at +9 though. I just need another blood rock for that. So I think I end up using it on like the blunderbuss and the hunter's torch. I'm like, yeah, might as well. What else am I going to use these bloodstone chunks on? Here's the first of our 3 big pigs. This guy you can easily sneak up on. Boom. I think I get him in one go. Just like that. Nice and easy. But this is my next death because I encountered the 2 large pigs and that kind of fucks me up. Oh wait, yeah, I do go down here and get the Wandering Nightmare first. That's good then. And get this out of the way. See, there he is. He's going to have 3 bloodstone chunks, so it's definitely worth it. If you continue along down there, you'll run into 2 more shadows of Yharnam. There's an item there too, but you can also loop up around to the back, which I think is a better approach because you can kind of take them one-on-one much easier that way. So that's why I kind of go back over here to where the pigs are. I'm going to die right here, though. You got to watch out for the pig's charge. It can, like, kill you in one hit almost. Like, well, it like double hits you. It hits you the first time and you get pushed into like the next hit. This is kind of what the issue is. So another blood gem. If you can aggro them so it's just one. And see, I should have just tried to aggro this one further down, but I waited and I let this one get aggroed. And then I got fucking... Oh, no, not yet. Here we go. 1, 2, see? You get, like, pushed into it. And then this guy's coming and... Oh, man. It's kind of one of those things, like, what can you do, you know? I don't know. Couldn't really do anything. But here we go. Like I said, you don't have to see any of this nonsense. I just kind of warp ahead, making it easy for everyone involved, even myself, for this narration. It was like 42 minutes worth of footage I got, and actually, I'm like going down here anyways to get the second pig, so I could have waited, but I didn't know that, of course. These pigs have a tendency to drop blood vials, which is nice, and they also, with that moon rune equipped, they're dropping like, over 12,000 souls apiece, so that's what I'm saying. I had so many damn blood echoes. By the time I was at the boss, I was like, I need to go back. Like, I can get like 3 levels out of it. I need to go back, so I did. And luckily I staggered these pigs. That one was close though. I was playing with fate on that one. I was testing the waters, but yeah, here we go. 2 King Coldbloods over here. I think I have to use those to get that 3rd level. Because I don't think I get quite there. I'm like 12. I think I need like 15,000 or 150,000 to get the 3 levels almost. I'm like 10,000 shy, but this was not a good move, bum rushing them. I can't believe I'm still alive right here, but they do have those omen fireballs, so that's what gets me this 3rd time. Man, I was struggling here. Practice struggled too, but this time I had a much better approach. See, I already have almost 50,000 blood echoes, and I haven't even got my shit back. This is a much better approach here where I get invisible. There we go. That's the one that gives me my blood echoes back. Jeez, look at all those. 129,000. I don't know if I've had more than that yet this game, but I guess this is kind of the end game farming situation. I don't know about the DLC, but I'm going to have to talk about that as we get closer to wrapping up this episode. There we go. See, I handle it way better this time. And then after them, I wanted to head down there and take out those 2 Shadows of Yharnam that I mentioned earlier, where the Wandering Nightmare was. God, it's going to put me at like 145,000 souls. My butthole gets tight when I have so many souls or blood echoes like this. And I'm like wandering around. There's like one more thing I got to do, but I know there's some enemies that could relatively kill me easily there, you know, and I'm like, oh God, do I go back? Do I risk it? This was the last thing, though, and I was like, I have to. And then this way, yeah, see, I show off. That's where the Wandering Nightmare was at the end there. We got him. Show that off. So let's go get this item. Don't worry, I didn't forget the item. Bloodstone chunks. Some more of those. Some more of those. How long is this video? Let's see. 28. Ooh, it's almost 29 minutes. Huh. I got a good amount out of it. When you head up here, there's this like sobbing like maiden who's bleeding all over the place. It's like, oh, what is going on here? This is gross. You can head on down here, and inside this chest you get Yosefka's blood vial. So if you already have one, you can't pick it up, which was that was actually Count Practice's issue. He couldn't pick it up because he already had one in his inventory. I guess I never used it. I think I remember using it with Count Sexy though. It was a pretty clutch moment, so that was cool. I remember that. I think it was against e.m.o.b.r.i.a.n. Like, I didn't really have a lot of blood vials. It was against some boss, I think. I can't quite remember. So, yeah, you don't need to go that way. I'm glad I put that down there. I don't use it at all. I never, like, end up using it, but... And there you go, back to the lantern. So this time when I revisit, I level up skill 3 times. Give me quite a punch. That sword packs quite a punch. And then I just kind of warp back here to... Because you already know where that's at. You don't need to see me getting back up there. That'd be boring. But here we go. This leads us up to the boss. Nothing to grab up here. You just fight the boss and it's a little arena. And then you just got to approach this baby carriage thing. And then you get a lantern like usual. And, you know, it's just standard boss shit. But just towards the end of the game. This guy... Mergo's wet nurse. Now, with both Count Practice and Count Sexy, I took care of this guy in my first try. It wasn't that difficult. Surprisingly. That's a really bad start right there, but you can see I put fire on my weapon. I use bolts against the Shadows of Yharnam because they use fire, so I'm assuming the weaker are going to bolt with fire, which means I save. Since I try to have like 3 of each type of paper on me, kind of leads me to keeping the fire paper for this fight here. So just kind of stay behind it. You can see it's got all these blades in front of it. It does a lot of attacks, a lot of quick attacks too, and it'll do combos and stuff. You just want to get behind it though and kind of stay there. You got it. This boss has a second phase, which, well, I don't know if it's a phase really. It's a move though, and I actually don't end up showing it off because I've kicked this thing's ass. I was complaining about that too during the original recording. Like, man, I'm not going to be able to show off it. But basically, it splits into 2. Like, it gets really dark around the arena. It fills up with like this magic darkness, basically. And another one of these things up here. You're fighting like 2 of them. They're teleporting around. It's kind of nutty, but I don't know, I fucking destroyed this guy, so I didn't really get to show that off, I guess. Unfortunately, it would have been cool, but at the same time, I was like, man, I gotta do this. It's on recording, like, I made it this far. Like, it's going so well, like, I didn't want to fuck it up. I contemplated getting it really low on health, but then I was like, just do it, just take it out. I feel like right there, it only need one hit, but there we go. Mergo's wet nurse is defeated. It's not the final boss, but it's like the second to final boss in the base game. So we still have the Old Hunters DLC, obviously. And this takes a hot minute for it to process the fact that you defeated the boss, I guess. I don't know. It also has a different caption. It says Nightmare Slain instead of saying Prey Slaughtered. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, now basically I just go back to that lady in white. And she bows and disappears. And that's really it, I think. That's all that happens, nothing too crazy. And then after that, I go back to the Hunter's Dream, which is changed now. We go into defeating the wet nurse also moves us into the next phase of the day, you know, so which is like the next, I don't know, it's the final phase. And the Hunter's Dream will be on fire, and you have to go, that gate will be open in the Hunter's Dream. But we're going to do the Old Hunters DLC and the Labyrinths before we do that stuff. Now, if you walk up to her, she just bows and disappears. Boom, just like that. And then I use a Hunter's Mark to get back to the Lantern, which I use to get back to the Hunter's Dream. So during this moment here, these last few minutes of this episode, the DLC and the Labyrinths, I'm just going to upload them whenever I feel like it. There's not really going to be any rhyme or reason to it, so don't expect there to be a rhyme or reason to it. I ordered the Game of the Year edition because it came with the DLC. It was $26, and I like to have physical copies of things. You know me. And the Old Hunters DLC itself is $20, so I was like, fuck, I might as well just have the physical copy, you know. You can see this place is all on fire. And then I put these other two levels into skill as well that I acquired, and then I kind of show off how that gate's open over there, so don't go down there. But yeah, this is what I did for my New Year's Eve, is recorded this for you guys and uploaded it, and then the video got all fucked up, so now I have to re-record the audio and upload it again. On New Year's Day, but that's fine, whatever. As long as it's better. But there you go, you can see my stats. I guess I don't need to show them off in the beginning. Boom, 23 skill. Look at all that damage I'm doing now. But yeah, I had a good New Year's Eve. I just stayed home, because I go out every night. Or every year, for New Year's Eve, and lasts like 10 years, you know, and I don't know. I planned a bunch of stuff for the next day, today on New Year's Day, like I'm playing D&D, and I was going to jam with some friends, but now we're going to have to do that tomorrow because I'm off anyway. So it all works out. But, you know, I kind of planned things, stayed in. I drank Rollin' Rock while watching The Angry Video Game Nerd because 10 years ago, when I'd gotten out of the Marine Corps, there was nothing really going on for that New Year's Eve. So I kind of just stayed home and drank it and watched, you know, Angry Video Game Nerd videos. Drank Rollin' Rock because that's what he drinks on that. And it was just a good time. So that's all I did. I kept it low-key. But I hope everyone had a good New Year's Eve, and I hope everyone has a good 2023. Hopefully it'll be a much better year for myself as well as the channel. So I'm just going to basically be uploading other series. I'll be doing Oblivion some more still, you know, and I'm redoing some older series is kind of the new thing that I'm trying to do. Like I said, with Bloodborne, it's just going to be whenever I feel like it. So with that being said, 2022 has come to an end. Thank you all for watching. My name is Brian, and hopefully I will see you in the Old Hunters DLC.